That's how it's going to be.
I don't do heroes or icons anymore. Well, hardly. Marc-André Hamelin is probably the closest I have to a hero now. One of the few to have performed the Godowsky piece I'm learning, and as a player, one of the world's greatest all-rounders. I've come to meet Marc-André at London's leading chamber music venue, the Wigmore Hall. I want to, if I may, just examine your hands for a second. Yes. Mm-hmm. Are they not? Oh my God! Oh, they are a bit bigger. Oh my God! Oh, you see, you've got an advantage from birth, haven't you?
Yes. The left hand is ever so slightly larger.
That's a big stretch. What can you do? Oh bloody hell! Yeah. No, that's
it's actually there's enough of a stretch there so I can do chords like.
But when I've seen you play, there is something about your hands that seems incredibly rubbery. Marc-André started playing the piano when he was 5 years old and can still remember one of the first pieces he learnt.
And I remember there was a little Czerny etude, which was in A major, and I can play it to this day. It was 6 lines of music, and when I saw that as a little kid, I'll never be able to do that. A day or so later, I was a whiz at it.
And you surprised yourself?
Yeah, and my father too.
Because one of the things that people never realise about the piano is it can actually play lots of lines at once, inner lines interweaving and tunes, and people think it's always just cha-cha and a bit of a tune up there, but it isn't that, is it?
Oh God, no.
Can you give us an example of something that sort of, where there's a weaving? Because I think you're the king weaver. You are. You're the weaver king. There's so much going on in there, so much atmosphere that you've created.
And so many levels of dynamics that you can differentiate and also blend and mix together. And on the other side of the spectrum, the Villa-Lobos. You make it whisper, scream, and everything in between.
I'm seldom overawed by anyone, but explaining to this brilliant, accomplished man that I'm trying to learn Godowsky's left-hand study makes me feel like a baby to the core. Well, I've been a complete arse and agreed with all these people that part of this program I was going to do a performance of it.
You?
Well, I know. This is a bit surprising.
Wonderful. No, you wonderful. Yes.
You.
Not in the sense of you what.
But I know it's quite funny because I've been doing a lot of practicing of it and I've done some lessons and everything. Wonderful. But it was you who started off. I heard you playing it, and I just thought I would love to be able to play that piece. It's so beautiful, and so you got me. You've started this muck and this mess that I'm now in. So say sorry. So this is how a real genius plays it. There's just so much command. You're just so in charge of the ruddy instrument. With me, it's like riding a bucking bronco.
Could do it a little better than that.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's just impossible. I'm never going to get anywhere near that. How does the wretch make it sound so easy? I'm determined to play it as well as he does. No, even better. My only problem is that I'm on the move, looking for piano nuts and have no instrument on which to practice. That's why I've bought this dismal ribbon of rubber. It makes an abominable noise, but may be useful for learning the fingering. Casting my prophylactic keyboard to one side for a moment, I arrive in Sheffield to find an upright piano screwed to the street. A year ago, a bunch of students arrived in Sharrowvale Road carrying their bags of clothes and clobber.
Oh, genius. We moved in last August and I had a piano, and instead of bringing it into the house, we just left it outside.
For what reason?
Well, the steps, basically. See, the steps were
couldn't carry them up
just
there.
too steep. It kind of struck us that while the piano was outside, it'd be quite good to let everybody else have a chance to play.
There were a few little sort of teething problems at the beginning.
Like?
Well, like the guy across the road who threatened to smash it up with a sledgehammer.
Oh, charming. And what about others? What about other people?
Everyone loves it.
James is one of many dedicated musicians who regularly cross the city to entertain the passing traffic on the street piano.
I just wondered, when you edit, can you, if I'm forgetting halfway through a piece, can you, as it were, edit it out?
He's a perfectionist.
I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah. And it's rather odd, if you don't mind my saying, a perfectionist choosing this particular piano to play.
Well, I know, it's not...
I mean, how do you marry your perfectionism with what seems to be a pretty cronky object?
Well,
I mean, how many notes have you got for a start that aren't even working? But you could argue that none of this works from there to there.
That's not bad for a piano.
I counted 27.
All right, it's not bad for a piano that's been on the street for some time.
Although he has his own respectable instrument at home, he actually prefers to use this one.
One of the neighbours strongly objects and complains to me if I play it.
So you've been driven out onto the streets by this vicious Philistine.
Yeah.
And do you play in the rain, even if it's raining?
I've played in the dark, a sort of a nocturne, if you like.